look at the choreography, though.
Yeah. 2 swords is a nuts combo. You got a greater shield, bro. You got it.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam, this is Zay, and we are here watching Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 3, Oathbreaker. And if you guys like what you're watching, make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe, and you can also hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 6 episodes, you can check all that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. With that being said, Zay, what do you remember previously?
Shit, I mean, let me start with the end of the episode because that was crazy. Jon seems to be alive. You know, they left the Red Woman did the spell. Everyone left the room. It kind of seemed like there was no way, and then we saw Ghost wake up, and then Jon is alive. He's breathing. So very, very interesting. We got to check up on Bran. He was warging into the past. You know, he saw his father as a child. He saw Odor being able to speak, and his name was Willis.
Hodor.
Hodor. I always say Odor.
Yeah.
Probably because he smells. No, I'm kidding. We saw Hodor. Oh, poor Hodor. But yeah, he got pulled out of there. He was the three-eyed raven. Was basically, you know, pulled him out. Said you can. The underside of the ocean is beautiful, but if you stay too long, you'll drown. Good metaphor. So clearly, there's repercussions. Obviously, if you stay for too long, I'm guessing. And it seems he's training him. Sansa and Theon split. Theon's heading back to the Iron Islands where his father just got killed by thought to be dead brother. And Sansa is headed to the Wall, which just got taken. We got Thorne taken out of power by the wildlings. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else we should really jump to? Then Jaime talked to the High Sparrow, and it was a pretty tense combo that went down.
Release the dragons.
Too. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah. With that, it probably covers all the major things. I didn't jump into too much detail.
Arya being
Arya Arya seems to be following Jack and possibly back to the House of Black and White. He offered her vision, food, shelter, everything. If she would just say her name, and she said, "I was nobody." And Ramsay killed Roose Bolton, the stepmother and child is half brother.
Yeah. So let's see how all this plays out. Nice little recap. Let's get into the episode. Dude, he's seen it all and he still can't believe what he's looking at.
I wouldn't be able to believe it either. Are you fucking serious? Oh, he can move.
Yep.
She's like, oh, I did it.
Right?
Yes.
They stopped me. I shouldn't be here.
The lady brought you back.
Dude, that's gotta fucking shake somebody up.
What did you see?
Nothing.
Oh,
And that's what Barrack was saying too.
yeah.
There was nothing at all.
And that terrifying reality is like, I've thought about that before. Like, oh.
I've just contemplated on, is it really terrifying if you're not? It's complicated, but like.
Yeah, I know. I get where you're gonna go with
was not
it.
the prince who was promised, but someone has to be.
Imagine the look on Ollie's face if he sees Jon. He's gonna be like, He's like,
dude, imagine the look on anybody's face if you kill somebody.
I just want to see Thorne and Ollie's face. I don't give a fuck about the rest.
I did what I thought was right.
Yeah.
And I got murdered for it.
Yeah.
What does it matter? You fight for as long as you can. You clean up as much of the shit as you can.
I don't know how to do that. I thought I did, but...
Yeah, then I got killed.
Yeah, that's also like shakes you up too. It's like, yeah, I got betrayed.
Good.
Maybe.
Now go fail again.
Well, I'd be like, he's a god. Well, I'll follow you wherever. I trust you now. I have to.
Kind of like what some of the Dothraki did when they saw Dany walk out of the fire.
Right.
You know?
They're like, you're the one and only. I don't know how you did that.
Stayed at Castle Black. There's no women allowed there.
The Citadel isn't Castle Black. I don't have a Jon Snow or Maester Aemon to help me bend the rules.
So, if we're not going to Old Town, where are you taking me?
To my home. Hornhill. I care about you and him.
Suave.
I know that, Sam. And he does too.
No.
I'd feel better if you threw something at me and stormed off.
I'd never do that to the father of my son.
Kids got.
I'm not that fucking ugly, all right?
Yeah. I was about to say, that kid has blonde hair, doesn't it? And blue eyes. If I was Sam, I would have been like, that's odd. Child looks nothing like me. We both have brown hair.
That's my father.
The man beside him is Howland Reed, Mira's father.
Another flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my sister? I wish you good fortune in the wars to come.
He said, fuck you.
Right.
And now it begins.
Dual wielding swords, eh?
No. Now it ends.
Oh. Ned out here being a badass.
Yeah. Could you imagine being like a traveler and all of a sudden you hear these sounds, swords clanging? I'd be like, fucking turn around.
Dude, he's fucking hibachi chef in this shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at the choreography though.
Yeah. Two swords is a nuts combo. You got a great shield, bro. You got it. Come on, Ned.
This is such a cool sword fight.
So fucking cool.
Your father beat him.
Did he?
He stabbed him in the back.
Doesn't look like Ned did it.
No. Victors write history. That story goes down with whoever is the victor. They decide what happened at that fight.
What's in the tower?
That's enough for one day.
Father!
What? Oh. You can't do that. You need to. Yeah, yo, he had to stop that right there. He said, no. You're getting crazy.
He heard me.
Maybe. I think I wanted to sit here for 1,000 years watching the world from a distance as the roots grew through me.
So why did you?
I was waiting for you.
I don't want to be you.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, not.
You won't be here forever. You won't be an old man in a tree. But before you leave, you must learn.
Learn what?
Everything.
What? It sounds like I'm gonna be an old man in the tree. What do you mean?
she just fucking. She got so angry she just stopped talking.
Yeah. Poor girls are like, we're just doing our job. This is what we always do.
يرمشي كيشاي مشيش كاشكاشي بس ما اي كيشر مقطع انه شو الشراكي قري هجنان خالمن ما جنون
What?
ايه خليس يدوش خلين
سك ارجي لشيتي اسبريفري خالي ماي بس مريا فوس يا ريومي راي
Okay. That's not good.
Halarun Vejvena. Ma Maurice Pasque Halisi Haladro. Hayoran Makesho. Pascoya Jinon.
Could you just give me a rundown of the other alternatives, please?
Yeah. I don't think she wants to even imagine the other alternatives.
You've helped the sons of the Harpy murder the Unsullied and the second son.
Foreign soldiers, brought here by a foreign queen to destroy our city and our history.
So that's a yes.
Right.
You did conspire to kill the queen's soldiers. We both know the penalty for that crime.
Woo!
It's just the way Varys talks. It's like menacingly calm.
A ship leaving tomorrow for Pentos. I've already booked passage for a woman and her young son. I'll even throw in a bag of silver to help you start again. You need to decide now. A new life for you and Dom. Or...
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's a freaking goon, bro.
I was busy learning who funds the Sons of the Harpy. The good masters of Astapor and the wise masters of Yunkai, with help from their friends in Volantis.
Jeez.
So we will fight them?
Possibly.
Possibly.
It's a conversation. Tell me, can you little birds get a message to the good masters of Astapor, the wise masters of Yunkai, and the benevolent enslavers of Volantis?
Men can be fickle, but birds I always trust.
So funny how they're called good, wise,
Yeah.
benevolent.
Will Lord Varys ever come back?
I don't think so. You miss him?
He was nice. He called us his little birds. He gave us sweets.
Man, Varys out here getting secrets from little kids.
Honestly.
I need you to go. You're good enough to fit in this corridor. Go. I'll give you some candy. Find out what they're saying.
Hide in his barrel.
This is Sir Gregor. He's friends with all my friends.
Yeah, don't be afraid of the giant monster.
Varys' little birds.
Your little birds now, Your Grace.
That's the faith level official charges you.
Not yet.
That is one trial by combat I look forward to watching.
Don't stop at the city. I want little birds in Dawn, in Highgarden, in the north. If someone is planning on making our losses their gains, I want to hear it.
Hey?
If someone is laughing at the queen who walked naked through the streets covered in shit, I want to hear it. I want to know who they are. I want to know where they are.
So Cersei's planning a trial by combat.
Yeah.
And what he's done to Gregor Clegane is an abomination. We never sanctioned this experiment. And I, for one, think it will be in our best interest to have the beast destroyed.
Gramps. He's here. Oh.
Yo, he just fucking farted. He literally tooted in his seat.
That's the best shit I've ever heard.
It's the best fart.
Just like...
You have no position on the small council.
I'm the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. The Lord Commander of the Kingsguard does have a position on the small council.
Sir Gerald Hightower had a seat on the Mad King's Council. Robert saw things differently.
Yeah, they're back in Lannister.
What about
mode.
Marcella's death, Uncle?
The same women who murdered Marcella have overthrown House Martell and taken control of Dawn. We've got a lot to discuss. All of us, together.
And seeing as you cannot make us leave, we best get on with it.
No, we cannot make you leave. And you cannot make us stay. Not unless you're going to have that thing murder us all.
Don't doubt it.
Yeah,
Don't
be
doubt it.
careful.
Well, that backfired. Damn it.
There's a great deal of falsehood in Cersei, you know that. But when she speaks of you, the mother's love outshines it all. Her love for you is more real than anything else in this world, because it doesn't come from this world. But
Interesting.
you've seen her when she talks to you.
He's like, that's not Cersei. That's the gods.
Right.
She loves you because of the gods.
I still don't understand why you want to put her through any more than she's already endured.
It's not what I want. It's what the gods want.
Keep saying that.
A true leader avails himself of the wisest counsel he can, and no one is wiser than the gods.
My grandfather once said something similar.
Oh, no. He's got him.
The gods work through him whether he knew it or not, as they work through your mother.
He's got him.
Who are you?
No one.
Damn.
Who were you before you came here?
Arya Stark.
Oh!
She had one sister, Sansa, and 4 brothers. 3 brothers. Robb, Bran, Rickon. And a half-brother, Jon.
And where are they now?
And Theon, he was...
They may be dead.
Kinda. Just not really.
Tell me about the Hound.
Also dead. Arya Stark left him to die. He was on her list.
Yep.
He was not on her list anymore. She had taken him off it.
Why? Didn't she want him dead any longer?
She did, and she did not.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So now we know that
She sounds confused.
she took the Hound off of her list
Off of
before
it.
the Hound died.
She was.
Who else was on Arya Stark's funny little list?
Cersei Lannister. Gregor Clegane. Walder Frey.
That's a short list.
She thought she beat her ass. Arya said, run it back.
Are you sure you're not forgetting someone?
Which name would you like a girl to speak?
Ooh.
Oh. Oh. She's pissed now, though. Oh, yeah. Look at Jack. Look at, yeah, bro, literally, I got chills right there. I was like, is she gonna blink and then her eyes are back? That'd been crazy.
If a girl is truly no one, she has nothing to fear.
That's got to be terrifying.
Dude, that's like the biggest fucking coin flip of your life right there. Oh, that's so cool. Let's go.
No one.
Inside, she's like, yes, yes, yes. But like, she play it cool, play it cool.
She was willing to die.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shows
she
her.
knew that there was a chance, a very big chance. If she drinks that, she's dead.
Showed that commitment. You know?
Yeah.
Fuck kneeling and fuck oaths. I've got a gift for you. And a boy. Nice and young. The way Karstark likes them.
Oh boy.
Who's this?
Rickon Stark.
Fuck.
How do I know that's Rickon Stark?
I wish we
Careful
didn't
what
catch
you
up
wish for.
I wish we didn't catch up with Rickon anymore.
Damn.
I wish we didn't catch up with Rickon anymore.
Welcome home, Lord Stark.
Damn. I hate when I see a dire wolf like
head. Yeah.
Die or dead or
oh, is that Ollie? Jesus.
If you have any last words, now is the time.
He did.
You shouldn't be alive.
Yeah, go fuck
It's
yourself.
not right.
Shut up.
Neither was killing me.
Oh.
Cold.
Cold.
I had a choice, Lord Commander. Betray you, or betray the Night's Watch. If I had to do it all over, knowing where I'd end up, I pray I'd make the right choice again. I'm sure you would, Sir Alistair. I fought. I lost. Now I rest.
Yeah, he's just very like, you know what?
Lord Snow, you'll be fighting their battles forever.
Damn. He's pissed. I feel bad for Ollie more than anybody else. He's a kid. But still, you don't fucking do what he did.
Not
That's
up at the listen. You're a man up in these parts. Don't matter the age.
As Ned said, if you're going to sentence him to death, you've got to swing the sword.
Yeah, for sure. And he did. You didn't have to do that. You guys didn't have to do that. You producers. Why? Who chose that shot? Who picked? Stop it.
You should burn the bodies.
Yeah.
You should.
What do you want me to do with this?
Wear it. Burn it. Whatever you want. You have Castle Black.
Wow.
My watch is ended.
He's not wrong. He took an oath. That was until death.
And he died. Holy shit. 200 IQ play by Jon. I can end my watch because I died.
That was Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 3, Oathbreaker. If you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. And if you want to watch a full-length reaction to this and the next 6 episodes, you can check all of that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. With that being said, Zay, what are your initial thoughts?
Whew. Man, oh man.
He ain't a vegetable.
He's not a vegetable. He seems to be a fully functioning man. Yeah, I didn't really expect the forfeiting of being Lord Commander and just leaving the Night's Watch. I can tell you that much. I was not expecting that. Mm-hmm. So very, very interesting to see. I'm kind of excited to get into the Q&A. There was a lot that went down, you know.
Sure.
So.
All right, yeah, let's get into the Q&A. So first, you know, not a vegetable. Jon comes back to life, and he obviously is extremely shaken up about it. Sir Davos has seen a coochie monster, but Sir Davos is still shaken up about it. And, you know, he comes out and people kind of like just stand there and watch him. And Tommen says they think you're a god. And, you know, obviously Tormen's like, you're not. But yeah, that definitely had an effect on the people at the wall as well. And I guess since we're talking about Jon, we'll also talk about what happens here at the end as well. He hangs Alistair, Ollie, and the other 2 men, and basically gives up his Lord Commander status and gave it to his lad, and he's now leaving because, you know, the way the oath is until my watch is ended, and he died. So
Yeah.
You know, that's a fair argument to make. So what are your thoughts on this whole situation revolving Jon now? I mean, we have Sansa coming to meet Jon at the wall, and Jon's leaving the wall. So what are your thoughts about the whole situation with Jon? Where do you think he's headed? What do you think he's going to do? And how do you think things are going to go now at the wall heading forwards?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting now at the wall for sure, not having him be the leader, you know, kind of, I'm sure that's none of them were expecting that, right? You're like, okay, cool. So Jon's back in power. We got Thorne out of there, you know, and so now everything will be more hunky-dory, right, at the wall, and the guy freaking leaves, which again, some of the wildlings or people thought he was a god because he came back to life. You know, I'd be like, well, wait, no, don't leave. Like you're like invincible. Why would you want to leave? As to where he might be going, that's a tough call. And it's upsetting that he's leaving because, like you just said, Sansa's on her way. I thought she was just going to arrive to a dead Jon. Then I was like, oh, she'll arrive to an alive Jon. Now she's going to arrive to no Jon. So it's freaking keeps turning the tables on me. Yeah, I don't know where he could be headed because he seems like he's just going solo. I don't know. Does he try to reconnect with Sam? Does he, I mean, because he knows where Sam's headed. Does he doesn't know about Bran and Rickon are actually alive.
Nope.
Poor freaking. And so, yeah, I assume maybe he's going to try to find his sisters. I don't really know. It was very vague on it. Well, vague. He didn't say anything about where he was going. So it's just up in the air. But it was, yeah, I would say I was not expecting that at all. But then when he took his jacket off, I got what he was doing. But yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought it was going to be business as usual.
Yeah, it's crazy. How do you feel about Jon being back and knowing he's Jon?
It's wild. I mean, what's interesting too is that I wonder if word of Jon having been killed has it gotten out to other, you know, lands? Like, who knows about this? Because obviously it takes time for it to travel because they travel it via, you know, bird and everything. Because everyone got the message when he became Lord Commander. I imagine when he died, Thorne probably sent out something saying Jon Snow died. So we might see some of these people get message that Jon's dead. Like Sansa, what if Sansa finds out or hears from someone that Jon was apparently dead because they don't have the most up-to-date info, and then she runs into Jon, like, or something. Yeah, I don't know. I've been waiting through these episodes to see, like, is there word of him dying out yet? Like, has this gone out? Did they send it? I mean, we don't know, I guess, as of right now, but if that word does get out, that's going to make it very interesting for people if they do see him.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that pans out. Speaking of words, we have Sam who's heading to Old Town or to the Citadel, but he's first going to bring his girl Gilly, who was trying to differentiate C and C and whatnot, to Hornhill, his family's home, and basically says, like, my mother and sister, whatnot, will help take care of you. What are your thoughts about that whole situation, heading to Hornhill and then the Citadel? Do you think he's going to make it? Do you think he won't be able to leave Gilly behind? What are your thoughts about that whole situation?
I think he'll make it. It's going to be, you know, listen, he skimmed over his father, right? And his father is the Lord, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah.
And, you know, Sam went to the wall, basically. He kind of went to the wall, to, like, kind of prove his worth, I guess, in a sense, to his father, in a way, because he
pretty much
maybe, dude, think about the situation he'd be running into. One, you broke your oath because you left the wall. So,
and you're with a girl,
a wildling girl, and had a baby with her. So his father might not be too fond of it. I don't know if Gilly's going to be able to stay. The father might be like, we're not having this wildling inside of our home, you know, and that baby. And you know, it's just like, we might see Sam and her just have to keep trucking on along. But yeah, I think that they'll end up making it. I can't imagine any way that they wouldn't, unless they run into, I don't know, some sort of weird trouble. But to me that that trek is just gonna be is like we'll catch up with them when they're kind of arriving. To me, is what it seemed like. But it's Game of Thrones, so I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Speaking of find out, we had Bran in this flashback finding out more information about his father, and his father was looking for his sister, and he heard something up in the tower, but he had to defeat some of the Targaryen men. One who was really fucking incredible with the two swords, and it turns out that Ned didn't actually slay him the way that the story was being told. But hey, look, he ended up killing him, and he headed up the stairs, and before he got all the way up, Bran said "father," and Ned turned around.
And
Obviously,
around.
Yeah, the three-eyed raven said he could have heard the wind. Maybe it wasn't you. What are your thoughts about that whole flashback scene, Bran going through these flashbacks, what it might all mean, and do you think he heard Bran or just the wind? What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
Oh man, I hope he didn't actually hear him. The problem is that, like, if Bran knows that there's a chance his father heard him, he might start to do shit to test, like, oh, can these people hear me? Like, what if I throw a rock, like, what I'm saying, something like near this person, like, will they look down? Because the guy, I mean, Three-Eyed Raven said that, it's the past. The ink is dried.
Yeah, it's already happened.
But that directly contradicted it. So that's why it's weird.
Does it, though?
Well, it would appear to contradict it if it's true that he actually heard Bran. No. Well, okay.
Right, because like there's also the
even
idea of even if it's the past, what if it's
the future? Well, you could say the future is already written. Like your future is like destiny, and it could be already written. So it's like that occurred in the past.
What if that
knowing
occurred
it
in the past and in the future simultaneously?
Right.
What if that was always meant to happen, which would lead this to happen, which would make that happen.
Infinite, yeah.
But also, it could contradict what he's saying.
It could be one of the two. Trying to map together what the Three-Eyed Raven is trying to show him. It's interesting. It's all focusing on Ned as a younger man, and that took place after the Mad King died. So we went from a very young Ned, like just training in Winterfell, to post this. Like, I wonder where he takes him to next. What is he trying to show him? He says you have to learn everything. I guess this is a lesson on, history isn't always what it seems. Like Bran said, he beat him. I've heard stories. He beat him. But victors write the history, right?
We do know there's a common theme happening so far with these two flashbacks. It's been, focused on Ned, or at least involving Ned one way or another.
Yeah.
The second one way more primarily. The first one had Hodor, Lyanna, and Ned's brother in it as well. Yep. There was mention of Lyanna in this one, but again, it mainly focuses on Ned. So we'll have to see.
I wonder if he's trying to like have him. I don't know. His father's gone. Didn't really get to. Is he learning from Ned's past experiences or something? Like, I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah, for sure. Next on the list, we have the situation with Dany and the calls. Like they said, not so fast. They said basically you did something forbidden that call widows aren't supposed to do. So if you're lucky, you'll be here with the rest of us. So now it's not so certain. What are your thoughts on that whole situation and how that might pan out for Dany?
Yeah, her good situation just got her decent alternative is like starting to slowly turn into the other choice, which was a nightmare anyway, because now she's gonna have to stand and basically through a trial. And with the way that they follow customs with the Dothraki, I mean, they quite literally said, oh, you can't be touched because you're a Khal widow. So I imagine for a Khal widow to do something that's forbidden, even if she didn't know, they'll be like, that doesn't matter. You did this. This was forbidden. So you're not allowed to stay with them. Because, it's kind of like, I get maybe they view it as like almost like it's like a final resting place for them as they wait, or because they were supposed to be by sides of their call and their call died. So I hope she gets saved before that trial occurs. because I don't think the solution for her is going to be very nice if they vote against her living there. I think it's going to be a slave. Like, you're just going to become, you know what? You lose the honor of being a Call's widow, and instead you're just treated as a slave or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Well,
So
we'll have to see. Speaking of slaves, we have Tyrion in Marine and Varys in Marine, and they're all kind of talking. And Varys finds out he found out who was funding the Sons of the Harpy, and it turns out it was the masters at the previous cities. You know, Yunkai Astapor that Danny had already had contact with, but wasn't keeping up with, and basically Grey Worm said, okay, we're going to go murder them all then. And Tyrion's like, okay, well, if you fucking go there, who's going to
stay here and defend us here?
And basically, Tyrion thinks he may have an idea. So what are your thoughts about that whole situation? He wants to send word to the masters, basically, maybe to have a conversation or something like that. What are your thoughts about that whole situation? What does he want? What is he, trying to get at here that doesn't involve obviously Grey Worm's plan? Do you think it's a conversation? Do you think it might be something else? What are your thoughts on that whole situation, how that might all pan out?
Yeah, maybe it's a combo. I mean, I imagine if you're not going to send a military over, because that's not an option, it would have to start with conversation, probably a little bit of deceit in some way with the conversation. I mean, the possibility is kind of like endless when it's a combo, right? You could lie and say lie about crushing the Sons of the Harpy or something, or talk about how you have more information on. We know you're supporting them. Look, we'll spare you if you just stop or whatever. We'll let you rules. I don't know. You're backed in a corner because you don't have the ability just to march over there. On top of that, your two of your dragons are basically depressed, and the biggest one, Alpha, isn't there. And the queen's not there no longer. So you're in a pickle. You're very limited on what you can do. Conversation, if anything, will at least maybe delay another attack, possibly. I know they're getting funded by them, but if he tells the other cities, I want to have a conversation, we can work something out, they might hold off on attacking. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's see what they're trying to get at. But I don't know what angle he's going to take. He's got to be careful because they don't really give a shit. They'll kill them all if they have the chance, so they can take over Marine as well.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. Something that's also interesting, speaking of taking over, we have the Lannisters kind of trying to take over their position again somehow on the council or in charge politically, and the council's not really having it and kind of left them to bite in the dust. And it's interesting what's also going on with Tommen, who's kind of being more attentive, or he's listening more to the High Sparrow. So what's your whole thoughts on the situation going on in King's Landing, and how Jaime, Cersei's, even Qyburn's position with setting the little kids out there for whispers, and Tommen's situation with the High Sparrow? How do you think, what's your whole thought process on what's happening at King's Landing right now, and how might that play out going forward?
Yeah, in regards to Jaime and Cersei kind of bargaining on the small council, I guess it's another example of the loss of respect it feels like people have towards at least those two more specifically. Not too long ago, you would feel like if Cersei or Jaime or both like that walked into a small council meeting, that wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have gotten up and walked away. This would have been just kind of bow their head. And, I know her uncle is the one that was sitting at the head of the table, right? Is that who it was?
I think so.
I think so. But, they basically just straight up disrespected them. They said, well, you can't keep us here. So peace, deuces. And then they just walked out, kind of leaving them well, great. We can't even get the respect of the small council or make them what I'm saying, have these serious conversations. So how do you start to rebuild this confidence that people have in you, the respect that you had, because you've been degraded in public? You got her, did a walk of atonement. Jaime has one hand. it's dangerous that Tommen's listening to the High Sparrow because he's doing well with his words, kind of spinning it into like, yeah, no, all this, like you were saying, all this occurs because of, you know, the gods and this and that. And that could make Tommen shift his ideals to like, oh no, they might be right. Like, I think the faith is right. Mom, you wouldn't love me if it wasn't for this God, which is contradictory to what they're trying to do, which is kind of get the High Sparrow and the faith the hell out of there because they're poisoning the well for them at least. Curious to see how these little birds whisper and what goes on with them. I saw him, like you said, he had sent them all out to get information, not just in the city. Across, she wanted them in the north. She wanted them everywhere, basically. So Cersei has big plans to squash anyone that plans on rebelling against the Lannisters, and she wants any information about it, any information of anyone that would try to take anything else from them. And even if they were talking shit about her, she's like, I want to know who they are. So we are going to see how well that little network of children work and what information they can provide. But they're trying to make steps towards regaining some of their power, and it's slow.
Well,
it's slow.
We'll have to see. Speaking of see, we've got Arya over here in the House of Black and White. She continues her training, and she's getting fucking good.
Yeah.
She was able to hit, defend, all completely with no vision, and she was able to, you know, just tell her stories. And, you know, she tried some lies. It still didn't work because, you know, she's going up against some pros in that situation. But
yeah,
she's getting better, and so much better that the Jaqen said, all right, drink this. And she knew exactly what she was about to drink and what that might entail, but she did it anyway. She was committed. She said, you know what, if I die, well, I die, but, you know, this is what I came here for, and I'm going to try to get it. And she ended up getting her sight back. So what are your thoughts on that whole situation now and how that might play out, and the things that might happen in the future with Arya?
Yeah, I think it was interesting, right? Because Jaqen sits her there, brings her and gives her that water, knowing that there's only two options. You either die, like you said, from even, okay, so here's the thing. There's only two outcomes, right? Well, I guess technically three. She either gets her vision back, well, at least survives the water, which in result gave her her vision back. She drinks the water and dies, or she doesn't drink the water. Now, if she doesn't drink the water, he probably would, I imagine, be like, you don't want to be nobody. Like, you aren't no one. Because if you were no one, you drink the water. At the same time, if she really wasn't anybody, and if she really wasn't no one, and her faith wasn't as committed as she claims, she would have died from the water. So it showed that she really is. This is Arya now. She's not Arya.
Well, we don't know if she would have died from the water. Look, we don't know.
I mean, last time we saw someone drink the water, we knew what happened as a result.
Yeah, but we don't know if her faith is what saved her, or if it was just a matter of the training. We don't know the specifics of what would have happened if she drank the water and didn't believe. It's definitely
my thing
fair
is that
to
the people we've
died.
seen drink the water are usually not people from the House of Black and White.
Yeah, but they definitely believe in it. Like, we've had someone come to end suffering and stuff like that, and they go to the House of Black.
But they
and White.
were someone. They weren't no one.
Right.
That's the heavy difference.
So I guess the question is, it's not a matter of what she believes, it's a matter of what is the truth.
Truth. Is she no one? And if she is no one, is that why she basically was able to drink the water, thus getting her vision back?
Or maybe it's a matter of if she believes she's nobody or not. But
right. I think it's like more convincing yourself that, you know, I don't know.
Because it didn't happen, I don't know. And you don't know, but it's definitely fun to theorize. And you guys, leave down in the comments what you think, you know, what would have happened if she truly didn't believe, or if, you know, she wasn't nobody and she did drink the water. I think it's fair to assume she would have died, but what we do know is she got her vision back. So
yeah. I mean, now I want to see her fight. She's able to fight with no vision. You know, basically you haven't used sound and, you know, stuff along that lines and her other senses. So did this just make her an even more elite fighter? I mean, I imagine so. Is she going to get another mission now that she has her vision back? Is she ready to go on another mission signed by Jaqen, or is there still more training to be done? You know, I guess we'll find out. It was definitely a cool sequence of events. I was so nervous when she picked that cup of water up. I was like, because Game of Thrones, man, every time.
Well, look, because the only thing we know about that water is it does kill you. That's it.
And the way I see people drop in this show, I'm like, wouldn't that be poetry, right? Watch her just drink it and die. So
I'm no one. Yeah, you are now. You're dead. Like,
it's like, yeah. So it was impressive seeing her develop her fighting skills. I'm excited to see her. I want to see her get another mission, hopefully soon, and see if she does carry it out. But I guess we will find out in future episodes.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. And then one last thing, Ramsay is been notified about the wildlings and about how they follow Jon and whatnot. And, you know, that's something to be concerned about. And Ramsay said, well, bend the knee and, you know, we'll fucking kick their asses. What are your thoughts about Ramsay and that whole situation and how that might play out?
Well, he didn't even have to bend the knee because he had a gift of Rickon.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't bring that part up.
Yeah, so
Rickon comes in.
I'm scared shitless for Rickon and her. Dude, you don't know how satisfying it was to see Sansa and Theon get away from him. I was like, cool. I don't have to watch abuse really anymore. Just for those two to stroll in. That's terrifying. Does he write a letter to the wall now notifying that he has Rickon? Jon's gone. So basically, even Jon would have found out that Rickon was alive. Probably could have been like, maybe Bran's alive. And instead, he's not going to be there. So I guess word is eventually going to get out. I assume that, you know, Rickon Stark is in Winterfell. What does Jon do? Will Sansa and Arya find out? I mean, Ramsay just got a freaking massive chess piece. That was huge. Like, he just got something. He wants to take out Jon, who's gone, and he has a bargaining piece. Like,
well, hold on now. I think Jon actually does maybe know that Bran is alive. The only reason I say that is,
oh wait, didn't Sam run into Sam ran into Bran?
So
he doesn't know about Rickon.
Right, I'm pretty sure Sam told Jon. So I think Jon knows Bran is alive, which is somewhere out there.
Maybe then, to call back to where Jon could be going, maybe Jon's looking for Bran. That would be something that he could be doing. But if he finds out Rickon's in Ramsay's hands and, you know, all the events going on at Winterfell, he's not going to be happy. But he's not in a position to do much because he doesn't have the Night's Watch. He doesn't have the Wildlings. He's out on his own from what it appears. So I don't know, man. I hate seeing people in Winterfell right now until Ramsay's taken out.
Well, we'll have to find out. With that being said, again, if you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. If you're not already, you can hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a video. And if you want to watch a full-length reaction to this in the next 6 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, I do. You want to come over to my Twitch? I stream Sunday through Friday, Tuesday and Fridays over at Cam. Come say bye. Come say bye. Come say hi. No spoilers in the chat. No, it's not easy. Dude talks a million miles per hour. Come say hi in the chat. No spoilers, guys. Link will be down in the description. And Cam, I know you also have a Twitch.
Yep, just your average Cam. Links in the description. You can check that out if you want to. Also, we have a donation link that you can check out if you're interested, where if you want to donate, that's fine. If you don't, that's completely fine too. But if you do and you want to submit a question or a statement, as long as it's appropriate, we will read it in a video so you guys will have a chance to hear your question or statement read aloud and our response to it. You don't have to at all. The option's there and the links in the description if you want to show your support that way. It would be greatly appreciated. But of course, we greatly appreciate you guys anyways for just being here. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.